yellow, which is not one of the colors, but maybe it could be. And, oh yeah, I guess yellow is gold. Or learning styles, or our values, and how we decide to personally brand ourselves. Regardless, we have a lot of differences, and I don't think we capitalize on that as much as we could. So, I just want you to be aware of the role that you take on. So we are going to play Ants on a Log. Raise your hand if you have not played Ants on a Log. Awesome. Yeah, so Ants on a Log is, we are going to have you stand up on this curb right up here. You are going to be the ants. The curb is the log. You can get up, and let's scoot you down. Let's scoot you down this way, just so you're not right on the bush. Yeah. So maybe we'll go from where Kim's clipboard is to, if you could line up shoulder to shoulder, and then we'll put like this little leaf right here. These two little leaves are like the end of your log. Understand that so far?
From the clipboard to the leaf.
Yeah, clipboard to the leaves, and if the leaves fall off, I'll let you know that you've gone too far on your log. And then we're also going to play lineup. So you've just gotten onto your log, but I'm going to ask you to arrange yourselves in a specific order. And as I'm the lava monster, and as the lava monster, because if you fall in, you're falling into the lava. And since I'm the lava monster, I get to decide all these any rule that I choose to give to you if you fall into the lava. Questions? Comments? Concerns, hopes, dreams, or wishes? Okay, great.
And you'll tell us our objective right now?
Say that again?
Objective?
Yes? Okay. So, your main goal is to stay on the log, but your second goal is to line up in the order that I give you. Okay. So, without talking, line up in alphabetical order, A to Z.
First name or last name?
First name. A to Z. Give me an A-okay if you're all in the right order.
A-okay.
Awesome. Okay. And just so we all know each other's names, but just for can you tell me your names so we know we're in the right order?
Allison. Sierra.
Kim.
Lon. Suzanne.
Nice job. Good. Okay. All right. Now, Sierra, Kim, you both have your eyes closed. And everyone else cannot talk. Kim and Sierra can talk.
Awesome.
You can talk with your eyes closed. And now your next order is to get into birthday order, excluding year, so just your month and your day.
I realize you have to stay right next to me. When are you guys, Kim?
January.
Okay, I'm October, so I'm going to be
So
at
we
the
have
end.
to switch.
Allison, can you clap how many, what your birthday month is? January. Okay. Lana? You're November. Okay. Is that 9? Is that September?
No.
6? June?
Who's 6? Suzanne?
Suzanne 6.
Oh, okay.
So I need to move.
Wait.
Oh, that's the line person we're missing.
So Lana, you and Suzanne should switch. But you can both be right.
And I need to go in between Lana and Suzanne.
No, the log is just the curve.
I need to go in between Lana and Suzanne, and then you January need to sort yourselves.
Do we have to go by day? Allie, what's the day? Can you clap it?
Allison.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29.
Oh, dang. Okay. So it's gonna go Elias and me, then Allie,
Then Suzanne.
then Suzanne, then you.
Then me.
Sarah?
Then Lana.
Okay, so Sarah, you can't see and I can't see, and Elias is going to take. Maybe we can go around that.
Are we gonna do a hug or am I gonna
I mean, Suzanne.
this way? You can't talk. Who's this, Kim? Sorry.
Wait, this is you, Sarah, now?
This is me. Okay.
You gotta go around my front or my
I feel
back.
like Suzanne or Lana needs to go in Suzanne.
Oh, Suzanne's here next to me now.
Because someone needs to help us move, don't you think? We're gonna fall.
So here's your hand, Suzanne. Elias holds Sarah's other hand. Wait, who is next to you, Elias?
Yeah.
Okay. Go around my front. I'm holding you. Okay.
Okay. Okay, are you good?
Yep. Wait, Suzanne has to go on the other side.
Yeah.
Wait, Lana, you have to hold Sarah.
Hold on, Suzanne. This is mine.
Okay, and I have Suzanne.
Did he fall?
Lana fell off the log. Okay.
Oh.
So Lana, you still can't talk, but now your hands are behind your back.
Okay, but we're good.
Wait, no,
Wait, oh,
Allie,
no.
you have to go around
Oh.
Elias and me. So.
We're good on this.
Oh. How do I do
Sorry,
this?
Lana.
Okay. You want to just do that same thing again? Am I hugging you? Hi. Okay, cool. So it goes Elias, me, Allie. Allie, who's next to you? Oh, sorry.
Then
You
Suzanne,
can't see them.
and then myself, and then Lana.
Okay.
Okay.
Open your eyes and you can talk. Rules off for right now. All right. So can you say your birthday order for me?
January 26th.
29. June 29. October 27. November 19. Good
Yay.
job. Okay. I have one more for you. The whole group cannot talk besides Suzanne. And Elias, your eyes are closed. Sierra, your hands are behind your back. And no, sorry, rules are off. And but I am.
So we can
putting
talk. Wait.
Everyone, no one can
Only
talk. in the-
Suzanne.
Yeah, only Suzanne can talk. And then Elias, your eyes are closed. Sierra, your hands are behind your back, and Lana, your eyes are closed. Good job. Okay, your next task is to get in height order from shortest on Elias' side to tallest.
Yeah, so it seems like. Oh, so okay, Elias' side is short. Correct. So you guys, Lana, Allison, Sierra, Kim, me, and Elias together. So Lana, do you want to go over?
And remember that your log is just the curve.
They're not even trying.
Lana, if you turn around, no, okay, yeah, careful. Yeah, but you can sit there, and then I'll help. Hand on my shoulder. Okay.
With imperial sauce.
Put this foot more like sturdy, so move it forward a little bit. And then put her, and then I will go maybe Lana, yeah, let him use your shoulder.
No names.
Grab his hand. Oh. Careful, move. Yeah, move your feet forward. There. Oh, no, less. Back a little bit. Okay. And now you scoot closer, and then put your right foot around her 2 feet. Okay. And then.
You're doing great.
And then put the box like. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Good. Hold on.
Lana and Kim both fell off.
We're gonna time out for 1 second. Remember that the end of your log is by your knees right here.
Well, I'm not going to give you any more.
Like leapfrog, side leapfrog. Okay. Way up. So.
She doesn't know.
Okay, awesome. So, oh, and then we have to switch. So, wait, hold on, Sierra.
Give me an A-OK if you're in the right spot.
A-okay.
Okay, you may. You may open your eyes and all the rolls are up.
Okay.
Give yourself a hand.
Yay!
Okay.
Like leapfrog.
I couldn't use my hand, so I was at the end, and I couldn't help anyone. I couldn't help anyone over, and I couldn't talk. So I'll just doesn't do anything. Because we started off with Lana blind, and she just like hugs me like this, and I couldn't do anything. So,
Okay,
oh my god, that was
so we are gonna go back
that was so
inside to debrief.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go. It's fun to be a part of. I'm glad. Should we wait for Kenna?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. So just tell me, what did we just do? got pushed around, couldn't talk, tried to stay on the log.
Yeah. So those were part of the rules.
Yes.
Will you tell me the rules? Any of you?
Well, there was different games, but some of the rules were can't talk, or eyes closed, no hands, only one person talks.
Good.
And get from A to B with your direction.
All right. And you were all ants on the log. You couldn't fall off. Okay. Was it easy?
No.
So it was difficult. What about it was difficult? Suzanne.
Well, it took like figuring out when everyone's birthday was, or looking at the different heights of people. But then it was also like physically challenging, and then had a lot of like communication barriers in having to do verbal communication and stuff like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think the limitations were the hardest part for me. 2 of the 3, I had a limitation when I couldn't see or I could use my arms, so that definitely made it more challenging to succeed.
And how do you think it affected your communication? The limitations, and anyone can answer.
So I was next to Sierra for like almost the whole time, so she had to adapt, and so her like nonverbals were really good because she didn't just like explain stuff, she actually like did it and showed what it would look like.
Yeah.
And then having to like point and stuff, so it made that part stronger.
So you used different strategies. What were some of the strategies that you used that worked and some that didn't? Sierra.
So in the first round, when Kim and I could talk but couldn't see, and no one else could talk but could see, I utilized clapping because they couldn't talk,
Which is
so I could ask them and direct questions. So we were able to find out everyone's birthday month, and Kim and I were able to talk through a strategy, which I think was really beneficial because Suzanne was the only person that could talk in that round, but Kim and I could be like, wait, okay, cool, so like this is what we have going on, we're going to move here and there. And then in the second round, or the third round, I couldn't use my arms, and so it was like really hard because I couldn't let anyone go past me because I couldn't support them. I was just like stuck on the log. So then I got this idea to like crouch as low as I could so someone could like walk over me. So I was like more passive of a roadblock. I don't know if that was actually more beneficial because Elias is blind, so he's like, what's going on? And we couldn't tell each other that like, hey, this is my new idea. So that made it more challenging because I think
But it worked
was
for
confusing.
me because it was easy for me to just step over you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but then in my perspective, I was like, shoot, how am I going to get over Sierra because I can't use my arms, and I would have been the next one to have to get over you if I wasn't shorter than you.
All over the challenge.
It's a good thing you were shorter
Good
than
thing
me.
I'm shorter than
Good
you.
thing.
Yeah, today.
good thing. What do you
Today.
think would have happened if you were taller than her tomorrow and you had to do the same activity?
I might have sat on her.
Oh my gosh. I would have peed my pants from that one. What maybe could have done was it would have taken longer, but we could have had people go in between us to help pass us through
Right.
somehow. But yeah, that would have been challenging.
So almost like another level of communication
Mhm.
in between you two to help that communication flow. A little bit
And
more.
physically, like someone
Right,
would have
right.
had to like physically like help him like step over me. She couldn't use her arms.
Right, because we
Right.
couldn't tell Suzanne what we were thinking, so she could verbalize it.
Right.
Yeah, because I didn't notice. I mean, when they were next to each other, maybe there is a more substantial difference than I think, but I thought they were essentially the same height. But they would have had to, since I didn't notice, they would have had to plan, take the time and really plan and plan without using their arms and without speaking because they couldn't communicate. Well, you kind of did communicate to me that oh, this isn't done. But communicate to me that there was a problem, then I had to figure out what the problem was and try to help them communicate to each other.
Right.
But it was, I think, physically almost impossible for that to happen. So it would take everyone else and a lot of time to strategize.
Right. Sorry.
I'm totally envisioning me straddling you and squeezing as hard as I can with my thighs so I don't fall down. But then how did I get over and then I would have been stuck? That's only what I'm envisioning in my head right now.
Good thing that we didn't do this activity tomorrow. Okay, turn to a partner and for 55 seconds, share what you think your role in the group was. And not even just with the limitations that you had, but how your communication affected the whole group regardless of those limitations.
You conflicted them.
So these two.
Because I'm out, because I wasn't
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm going to tell the three of them so I think she'll get it.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I'm sorry.
well, I had, like I was mentioned, I had limitations in this. Yeah, I had the two, which was interesting because it definitely changed my role. And the second time when I could talk, I felt like I could be more a part of it. So it was like cool, like I was like, you know, the playmakers here, like we could actually like do stuff. But then the third time when I couldn't like move essentially, I felt like I couldn't contribute as much.
I noticed that like when you
with
were
food frog, I could have been able to like express what I was thinking better. And I was like, yeah, I couldn't really.
yeah, like you, it's probably something else you
contribute
notice
as much.
just
Well, and then,
like
you
like your eyes that you're probably stronger than and it could
And you can talk right. So I was like, okay, there's no way for me to like really see if this is. So I was trying to like strategize, figure it out. And so Sierra, having her eyes
I don't
open,
really move
was,
around a
like,
lot, so
the
it's
closest
just
thing I
all the
had
time.
to like someone to like
help
kind of like
people be moved around. So
talk about it.
like towards the end when she mentioned that belief was our stop.
Yeah, it
point,
was
I
almost
had
Oh,
to
is that
scoot.
why? Is that
Even
why
though
it
you
was
didn't
mentioned?
want to
'Cause we were.
like,
We
Yeah,
were
we were
moving.
getting very close and there wouldn't even move for you. Since I was at the end, I had to do
Yeah.
over, then I had to do
like
Lana
ask
over,
questions really
and
about that.
then
So
eventually
It was like that one point communication.
Yeah.
Like you could
Yeah,
like,
I-
like still like
got-
Lana, how does that sound?
At one
Like,
point, but then because I was like,
yeah.
a lot,
just being
because I had to
able
go
talk
from
is still,
on the
like,
last
good.
one, I had to go
One
from
edge.
one
15
end
more
to
seconds.
the other, and so then, I mean,
I know
with
much of the
with me taking the
wasn't like
non-verbal
I had some sort of
role,
something
like
moving the whole time, so I
if
just
you don't
was gonna go
speak
wherever
up,
you guys
you know,
had me. Nothing I could do.
that sucks, but it came out eventually.
Oh, good. Okay, so will some of you tell me what roles you fell into?
I fell into being a follower, or just like something that can be passed around.
Sierra.
In the second round, I felt like I had the power. Like Kim and I were the playmakers because we could talk. And then in the last exercise, I felt like powerless because I couldn't contribute in really any sense.
How did that go from that transition from having power to not having power?
It was tough because no one could know what I was thinking when I had when I couldn't talk and my arms were behind my back. So I guess I could see, but like I was like thinking of these ideas. Like I wanted to be able to like talk to the group and like tell Suzanne, and I'm like I couldn't convey the message. So it was a little frustrating.
Anyone else have a similar experience that was frustrating?
No, I didn't have frustrations.
That's okay. You can tell us.
Experience. So like once my job was done, you know, like it was kind of done. I just had to move 3 people back
For the
for the third round.
okay.
But then it really wasn't because you mentioned the leaf thing. So then it was my responsibility. I had to foresee that Elias wasn't gonna fit at the end. If I didn't scoot everyone over, so I scooted Lana over, and her eyes were closed, so she had no idea. She was like, "This person is touching me," but I scooted everyone over. So it's kind of like little details like that. If you're not being the person physically moving everyone around or figuring out strategy, like being able to pick up the little things for the group is cool.
Right.
And if I could add an observation that Ali brought up was that all I was focused on was either I had my eyes closed or I wasn't talking. So then my role was the follower, just like Lana was saying. But what Ali brought up was that I used my strength to move people or to support people, and that's something I didn't even think about that my actions or my nonverbal actions still directed people or
It still played a role in the
still
group.
played a role.
And that we found different strengths, which is funny, strengths with strength, to use in the group, right?
And that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And did anyone else find different strengths that they used that even though I took something away from you, or I Ursula'd you and took your voice away, or I took your arms away, or that you found different ways to get around it? Cool. Okay, so how does this all relate to a group and a team? And I introduced us that we were talking about differences and that we do have all of these differences about us, whether it's our learning styles, or auditory or kinesthetic, that how do these differences aid in teamwork?
It's just it's diversity. It's a dinner plate. So you have all these different spices being your strengths, and when they all come together, it's like an awesome meal.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Although the activities were challenging, if we all had the same hindrances or like adversity within this, like if we all could use our hands or if we like all were blind, like it would have been like way more challenging. So the fact that we did have altering differences, it made it so we could still form a successful group.
Right. And so you think if we all had our hands behind our back and we're all blind, what would the outcome be?
I don't know if we could have done it. I'm sure we still could have done it, but it would have been a lot more challenging. Because if all our hands were behind our back, or if we all couldn't see, we all would have no idea like who we were even like with, because you couldn't talk and couldn't see. Like we would be like patting for like hair, and like if we couldn't like use our arms, like we couldn't really move from person to person. But since we all had like varying differences, we were able to like help each other through it.
Cool. Thank you. And I have a way that I'd like to end that, but if anyone else has any comments or questions that they would like to add onto that, I'd love to hear it. So, going off of what Sierra was talking about, we do have all these differences, and if we didn't have our differences and we weren't all unique, life would be pretty boring, right? And we wouldn't get very far. We'd all walk around like robots because we all did the exact same thing. So I think it's pretty cool that we all go into different professions and that we are all interested in different books and literally so many differences that we can talk about, but that our differences really do aid in teamwork and working together. Thank you. Feedback.